Hai, Assalamualaikum guys. My name is Ainul Muzaki bin Saifuddin. I am from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris. My program is Human Resources Management AE11. So today I would like to share about chapter 3 Microeconomics, which is market equilibrium. So let's go. Okay, so before we go through the chapter, let we see the what learning outcomes that we will get from the chapter. The first one is can defining market equilibrium, excess demand and excess supply. Second is can explain how market and demand and supply determine equilibrium price levels and quantities. Third is can explain the concept of surplus and shortage of demand and supply. Last, be able to calculate equilibrium quantities and price using a formula. Definition: market equilibrium is when the quantity demand equals the quantity offer, or the demand equals the supply in the market. Excess demand is the condition that exists when quantity demand exceeds quantity supply at the current price. Excess supply is the condition that exists when quantity supply exceeds quantity demand at the current price. The first one in this subtopic is equilibrium. Equilibrium reached when market demand and supply curve intersect. The quantity demand by consumers equal the quantity supply by producer at a given price. Based on the figure, when demand and supply curve intersect, we can see that market equilibrium at price P1 and quantity Q1. As we can see, this table show you price, demand, supply and market position. So, how we want to know there is market equilibrium? As we know, market equilibrium formula is demand equals supply. Based on the table, the market equilibrium is at 300, which is demand is 40,000 and supply 40,000. Based on this table also, you can see the shortage and surplus in the market. So, next is excess supply. We call the excess supply as a surplus. Excess supply when the price above of the equilibrium price. Quantity supply greater than quantity demand. Based on the figure, the original market equilibrium is at price P1 and quantity is Q3. So, when the price of the goods or services increase from P1 to P2, there is excess supply or surplus happen. The excess supply is from Q1 to Q2. Excess supply causes price to fall. So, the firm will reduce output until it reaches market equilibrium. So, next is excess demand. We call the excess demand as a shortage. Excess demand when price falls below the equilibrium price. Quantity supply lesser than quantity demand. Based on the figure, the original market equilibrium is at price is P1 and quantity is Q3. So, when the price of goods or services decrease from P1 to P2, the excess demands or shortage happen. The excess demand is from Q1 to Q2. Excess demand causes price to rise. Firms will increase output until market equilibrium is reached. And the last one is demand and supply equation. As we know, the formula is supply equal demand or QS equal QD. To find where QS equal QD, we put the two equations together and we get a price is 7.5. To find Q, we just put this value of P or 7.5 into one of the equation. So, you get quantity is 5. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening. So I hope my short explanation can help you to understand this chapter. So bye, good luck.